Okay, we're on. I'm here in a coffee shop in Canon City, Colorado. Actually, I was here yesterday. What do you think about this goofy? Um, let's see. That's the that's the thumbnail. Anyway, I'm here in a coffee shop on a Sunday morning, 11 o'clock in the morning, and I just need to hang out for a while. Maybe get some encouragement from some of you. Coffee talk. I called it coffee talk at the Bean Peddler. So we'll see if we get a conversation going. But I just need some encouragement, and it's my day off for the first half of the day, and then I start seeing counseling clients tonight. So this is the coffee shop, the Bean Peddler. So nice little coffee shop. There's actually a bicycle shop. There's French doors, and there's a coffee shop, a bicycle shop. So I might go over there. I've done at least one live stream in this town, or in this coffee shop. So there's the Bean Peddler. You're gonna see it backwards probably, but so anyway. Let's see if anybody shows up. I'm just gonna sip my coffee. I only did 2 not too shabby videos yesterday. I was a little disappointed. I've been tired. I've been working hard. I've been working really hard. And I just have the morning off. I got to go supermarket shopping. And then I start seeing clients tonight on Sunday night. So then I'm full. Monday, got a lot of work to do. So I was really sad to read about this girl in Florida who's a Parkland shooting survivor, that she committed suicide. She obviously had post-traumatic stress disorder and survivor's guilt, which is very expected. I really regret. It was just sad to read about it because she didn't get any help. I don't know a lot of details, but apparently she never got help. She never saw a counselor. And I really feel like I could have helped her. And many therapists could have helped her. I'm not the greatest therapist, but I feel like I could have at least helped her work through some of the survivor's guilt and at least support her. And, she probably had severe post-traumatic stress symptoms, but I'm confident I could have helped her at least feel better and at least get some relief from her symptoms and just everything, processing the trauma of being in an active shooter situation. And survivor's guilt is a real monster of a condition, whatever you want to call it. So I have had clients where they've endured some kind of trauma, and somehow it works out that they get hit with survivor's guilt. And it's a hard thing. So anyway, my heart breaks for that girl and the family. So I'm just trying to do my best as a counselor to help people. And I don't know, just talking there. So it is a Sunday morning, so I'm a little more subdued. This coffee shop here is like it's nice. It's a nice coffee shop. So, but it's not too noisy in here. So, I'm keeping my voice low. So, Mm. So I'm going to beef up the numbers by watching my own live stream. Hey, Jolene. Hey, Jolene. Wait, where'd you go? Hold on. Oh, I've only been here for 5 minutes, Jolene. It's okay. How's it going? I just want to have a Sunday morning coffee talk for a little while. I need to rest. I see I've got counseling clients this evening, and I'm working hard. I'm working too hard. So it's sunny here too. You see that? The bean peddler. So hey, I'm wearing my Santonio, New Mexico t-shirt. Santonio, New Mexico. Right there. Very proud of my t-shirt. Santonio, New Mexico. On my first Bike Across America trip, I went through San Antonio, just this little town about 8 to 10 miles south of Socorro. So, yeah, Jolene. Oh, that's right. Wichita State plays Clemson in the second round of the NIT. So, hey, Jolene. Oh, you're a Tar Heels fan? Boo. My brother and my uncle both went to Iona College in New York. So I was cheering for Iona. So Iona was beating the Tar Heels at halftime. I actually didn't watch the game, but I just saw on Twitter, I saw the tweets that Iona was winning. So that's all. My uncle went there, and then my older brother went there. Just this little private college, just a little bit north of New York City. So you got your bachelor's at UNC? Yeah, it's pretty interesting. What'd you get your degree in? So I titled this Coffee Talk. So we have to have coffee-based talk or whatever. I don't know what that means, but so earth science. That sounds interesting. Earth science. It's pretty interesting. It's pretty interesting, Jolene. So what are we going to do? Just sitting here. I get one free refill, so I'm going to head up there and get more coffee. So, but I have a chess set. We could play chess. We got a few more games over there. Oh. Yes, they have a punch card. Here, I'll show you all of my punch cards. Because Westcliff has 4 coffee shops now. And, I'll show you my punch cards here. This is my Tumbleweed Coffee punch card. Sometimes you go to coffee shops and you give the wrong punch card. Here's the White Bird Emporium. Hey, which one's this? This is the Bean Peddler. I think this is the Bean Peddler, is it right? Oh, no. This is a different one in Westcliff. Here's the Bean Peddler. Right here. So, that's for this coffee shop. So, it's really funny, though, because, let's see here. These two, Tumbleweed Coffee in Westcliff and the Bean Peddler in Canon City, they use the same card, except they just changed, a little bit of the. So it's just kind of interesting. So. Oh, that's too bad about that, Jolene. The thing is, though, most, depending on the coffee shop, if they know you, if, if you say you lost your punch card, they'll probably give you a free drink anyway. You know what I mean? If they're friendly and, they're a good coffee shop, they'll probably be like, oh, we'll just give you a free drink and you can start all over again with a new card. So, anyway, I'm still digging my San Antonio, New Mexico shirt, by the way. So, what do you think? Anyway, I need to do another road trip. Jolene. I'm having a midlife crisis. I need to know, I don't know. We'll just see. Now that my bike trip didn't work out earlier this year, I'm kind of struggling with what am I doing? It's not too bad, actually, but I'm going to be in Tucson for a week in June. I'm kind of working my butt off throughout March, April, and May. Just trying to make as much money as I can. I'm counseling as much as I can. And then in June, I'll spend a week in Tucson supporting my friend who's a minor league baseball manager of a minor league baseball team. So, and then during that week in Tucson, I'm probably going to I'm going to investigate looking at condos, townhomes. If I can buy a cheap condo, I might buy something in Tucson or Phoenix area. There's a bunch of towns that I'm kind of researching. So, because next winter I'm definitely spending 3 to 4 months in Arizona somewhere. So, in the Sonoran Desert. So, and ideally, I'd like to find a rental. I just want to find a rental and see if I like doing it, spending minimum 3 months, if not 4 months. I want to be in the Sonoran Desert region. So, hey, Adam. So, anyway, I'm rambling about Arizona. I'm sorry. I love New Mexico, too. Southern New Mexico, I love. But I really want to be in the Sonoran Desert with the saguaros and the prickly pears and the lush desert, the ocotillos. So I like southern New Mexico, but I know I might get bored with the desert isn't as lush. So yeah, Jolene, you're going to be in North Carolina for 3 weeks. That sounds pretty nice. Adam, where are you from? By the way, I'm going to get a refill. Hold on.
Actually, they've been pretty steadily coming through. Yeah.
Can I get a refill? Sorry. What are the other ones?
Wait, did I give you a light roast?
Yeah, you can give me.
Okay. So that was Sadamo with their light roast, and I have Honduras. Dark.
Winter dark. Let's do the winter dark just because I like the sound.
Oh,
Even though I don't like winter or dark these days.
I know. But winter dark sounds like a good kind of coffee.
So.
They always have like really slim names for just a dark.
There you go.
Yeah.
I just pick the, usually just pick the coffee that sounds cool.
Yeah, see, there you go.
Ooh, espresso beans.
Oh, yeah.
How much are those?
What do you get more? It's $1 for one of those little containers, which has like 5 or 6.
Really? They have caffeine in it, don't they?
Yeah, it's just chocolate covered espresso beans.
Really?
So it'll be like It's probably like a light over the stove. I don't know.
I just remembered I pretty much quit junk food and sugar. So I can't even eat that. Yeah, I've gone 3 months now. I've lost about 18, 20 pounds.
Oh, I bet you feel great being off.
Yeah. I was kind of a food addict. I had,
I know how that goes.
comfort food. Yeah, I totally get it.
Especially since I work here, there's always like, things that we end up pulling or like little leftover extras. And
I was just big on eating. I was always big on eating when I wasn't hungry.
Yeah.
You say, I don't mean
It's
to
a
be
good
all.
hobby.
So, all right.
Good for you, though.
Thank
If
you.
you change your mind.
All right. No, that is a good deal, though.
Yeah.
All right. I was just talking to the girl there. So we're just talking about, wait, what's going on? Okay. I hit a button and I almost turned my whole computer off.
Yeah.
So, hey, Adam, you're in New Jersey? Oh my gosh. That's a bummer. I got out of New Jersey 24 and a half years ago. One of the greatest things was getting out of New Jersey. I'm going to celebrate this next sip of coffee. Hey, Chip. Hey, Chip, I'm in the Bean Peddler. Okay, so it's a coffee shop. It's a nice little coffee shop. And then they have French doors. There's a whole bike shop next door. And it's owned by the same owner. So here's their bike shop. The bike shop's not open yet. You can see all the bikes. See the bikes? So it's a whole bike shop. That's kind of neat. So it's kind of cool. Have a coffee shop and a bike shop together. So, Chip, how are you doing? You doing okay? Yeah, it is a cool coffee shop. It's a good. The Starbucks, they're nice in there, but I'm here today. We'll just leave it at that. I'll be back at the Starbucks. I don't know how they feel about my live streaming at the Starbucks. I think they think I'm really weird. I don't know. I just I get mixed messages from them. You know what I mean? So, yeah, Chip. I just want to be clear. I don't want to sound, but if you ever want to call me, if you ever need encouragement about, you're welcome to call me or text me. I'm a pretty busy therapist, but it's no big deal to call or something if you're going crazy. I know how hard it is to be searching for a job. I can just say that. I know that's like one of the most depressing, it's so, because you're constantly getting rejected and you send your resume in and you don't hear from them or all that stuff. So just want to encourage you, okay? And if anybody else is looking for a job, I can tell you stories. So I'm self-employed now, so I'm so happy. Well, no, okay, Jolene, the Starbucks, they really work hard at being friendly. I know when you walk into a Starbucks, there's always someone who shouts, "Welcome to Starbucks," or something like that. And if they're really doing their customer service well, they're friendly, and and I appreciate that. It's nice. There's a Starbucks in Smelly Town that I used to go to, and they were really kind of friendly. And the manager, I forgot his name. But anyway, over months I would go over there, and eventually I gave him a copy of my book when I was leaving Smelly Town. But anyway, what was I going to say? They can be a little more friendly if they're not as busy. But anyway, the one Starbucks, I get mixed messages. Part of it, like, they're really friendly and they're happy that I'm there. You know what I mean? And they want my money, and I totally get that. And then, I don't know, I just live stream, and I just talk in front of my computer, and I just get all animated. I don't know. So, could just be I'm spooking them out, but I don't push my live stream on people. Occasionally it's kind of cool when I just do this and you can just see people in the background and that kind of a thing. But I don't make anybody, I don't force anyone into my live stream. So anyway, I know people have privacy issues. There was like a few days ago, there was someone in a coffee shop in Westcliff, and he was taking pictures of things. And I felt like even my anxiety was high, like, don't you dare take a picture of me. You know what I mean? So anyway, Adam, where do you live in New Jersey? Jolene, I'm happy for you too. I'm happy for you too. Retirement. I'll be honest with you. I'm 47. My body is just slowly but surely breaking down. I'm not going to get into details, but let's just put it this way. I'm not putting anything off. I'm not, there's no guarantee, you know what I mean? I don't know. I'm just talking in general. I'm not pushing this on you. I'm so happy for you, and we need to have a party for you when you have your if you have a retirement party, that might be my reason to visit Oregon. So, but all I know is where I'm at personally, I'm not thinking about retirement at all. I'm just trying to work my butt off and obviously make money. But, if there's anything that I want to do, I'm not waiting and saying, oh, I'll just wait till I'm retired in my 60s and 70s. There's no guarantee I'm going to be alive. Or there's no guarantee that I'll be physically able to do, because my body's breaking down. I'm like, oh my gosh. If there's anything I want to do, I'm doing it within reason in the nearer future, as opposed to putting it off long into the future, that kind of nonsense. So anyway, I'm just talking. Thanks for listening. You guys are my therapy today. So, got to visit places like San Antonio, New Mexico. So, anyway, was it cool when I was talking to the barista? I don't know if you can even hear our conversation. We were just talking about food. They sell little espresso beans, little containers. You can get 6 espresso beans for $1. I was just talking about how at first I was like, oh, that's a good deal. And it was looking like I was going to buy one. And then I said, oh, I can't. I pretty much gave up all junk food, sweets. And I was telling her I lost weight. And then we were just talking about eating and how I was like a comfort food junkie, eating when I'm not hungry. So, yeah. Good for you, Jolene. I'm happy for you about your bike deal. That's wonderful. I got to tell you, can I just say something, Jolene? First of all, I'm happy for you. I'm a therapist. And for so long, I officially got my master's degree when I was 30 and a half, whatever, 30, class of 2002. And there was a bunch of years where I felt like a rookie. I was doing jobs and hating my jobs and all the paperwork, and there's always bureaucracy, and there's a lot of things I could say. But anyway, I finally feel like I'm at a point where more than ever, it's been gradual, but all of a sudden it hit me. I was like, wow, I'm a good therapist. And I'm really making a difference in people's lives. Like I'm making a difference. And there's this part of me that's like, I've worked all the suffering, my life experience, all the clinical professional experience, all the job nonsense I had to deal with. And anyway, finally at a place now where I've got a lot to offer people. And all of a sudden it hit me. I'm looking at my caseload and I'm like, 95% of my clients are younger than me. All of a sudden I'm the old guy. I'm 47. I might have one or two people in their 50s or 60s, and that's it. Apparently people in their 70s don't seek counseling, or at least they don't seek it from a 47-year-old. But all of a sudden now I'm the old guy. I'm talking to all these 20-year-olds, 25-year-olds, people in their early 30s, and I have a lot to offer them. And it's really cool. So even though, I understand the spirit of retirement, and I totally, Joe, I support you and getting your retirement, so you've worked hard. So, but for me right now, I'm like, wait a minute, I'm making a difference. I don't want to retire. I'm making this is like my life mission, to help people. And, if I'm really helping people, if I make it to 67 and I get it about retirement and doing things you want to do and bucket lists or whatever, totally support all that. But at the same time, I never want to just quit counseling just for the sake of being like, well, I have my money and I'm too tired for this. At least in my field, it's different. I still want to always have a few people that I'm counseling. So anyway, I'm just talking here. My job's a little more unique in that respect. What if I'm like 77, 8, I don't know. I have more wisdom, and it's like, I don't want to just be like, oh, I made my money. I'm just going to sit around and play golf and play shuffleboard as a retired person or whatever, So anyway, I'm just talking. Yeah, that's great, Jolene. That's so amazing, Jolene. Jolene, I want you to retire so then you can get your butt over to Colorado. And then if I'm in Arizona doing the snowbird thing, you need to come down to Arizona and New Mexico, and we can chill. Bring your daughter. We'll hang out. We'll go hiking among the saguaros. So I know this is like a little runny. So it's so frustrating when the laptop is like level or a little bit below. It shows the bags in my eyes. It just shows like the double chin. If I go like this, I look better. I sort of look better. You know what I mean? It just doesn't show the bags as bad. The lighting's a little better. So, but kind of interesting. So I'm worried about my image. So did Adam leave? Is Chip still there? Just curious. I'm clicking. So in another window on this Chromebook, I'm watching my live stream. So right now it says there's 3 people watching, which is really only 2 because I'm just propping up my numbers. So that's how sad my YouTube, following or not. It's not. It's like my YouTube, my ability to attract people to get them to watch my live stream. But anyway, I'm just trying. So So my question for the panel is, where is the one place in the world that you want to visit that you've never been to before? What's the one place, that's my question for those watching. Hello, Azerbaijan. How are you doing? How old are you? Why don't you have a photo in your profile thing. It comes off a little impersonal. So yeah. Anyway, good. Yeah, Jolene, you wrote a lot. Jolene, you wrote a lot there, and I agree with it all. And I totally. Yeah, it's just an interesting. Who knows? I'm just doing this one day at a time. See what things are like in 20 years. If I'm 67, but right now I'm just loving making a difference. It's amazing. And then by the way, I have no props, no real props, other than I got my book. I could just talk about my book. If people get bored of this. Okay, so Jolene, the place you want to visit is Switzerland and Mongolia. That's pretty cool. Here's some bikers. They just walk down and here's their bikes. They're all wearing black. So, Switzerland, yeah. What about Switzerland? I think for me, I want to visit England, the United Kingdom. It'd be nice to just visit Europe finally. And I just don't know when. It's on my mental radar. Oh, Jolene, don't say that. What? How old are you, Jolene? You're only 60, right? How old are you? You're in your early 60s, right? So, but that's the thing, though. There's no guarantee. There's no guarantee that we're going to make it to 98 years old or something like that. Well, anyway, I'm just big on that. I hear people talk about retirement, and I get it, especially if you have a miserable 8 to 5 grind job and you're not really that happy, and there's a lot of people that are in that position. And I offer my empathy, I really do. So I guess I'm just more unique with my job and being self-employed, and my work is a little more unique. So I've biked across America 3 times, and it'd be insanity. It's hard for me to fathom someone saying, well, I'm just going to work for forever, and then when I retire, I'm going to bike across America. Holy cow. Boy, that's risky, man. I totally understand if you got to keep your job or whatever, but man, so yeah. You're only 61, Jolene. You're going to be alive in 20 years. Let's say that. So, how's everyone doing, by the way? We got 5 people. Darn it, we're down to 4 people. Every time I acknowledge the number of people watching, it goes down. It's like I jinx it. So, but anyway. I can work remotely from anywhere. The only thing is, though, it's not passive income. I have to work to, there's jobs where you can work and you can create a system that money's coming in passively for you so that you don't have to work in the future. Mine is, pay per session kind of a thing. So, but you are correct. I can work remotely, which is wonderful. I can work from home, which I do. So, but the thing is, though, if I work full time, it's really hard to travel like the way I'd like to. Like I did that road trip in October, and I was in West Texas, New Mexico, Arizona. And the reality was I kept pretty much a full-time caseload, and I just took kind of 2 days off. So there were just there were 2 or 3 days a week where I was holed up in a motel room somewhere doing counseling all day. And so I know I gotta make some adjustments, but it is true. The main things I need is I just need a pretty strong internet connection, and two, I need privacy. If I have those two things, I can do counseling from anywhere, anytime. So I mean, I'm grateful. So the main thing now is I need an RV or some kind of, the days of me just staying in hotels, it just gets costly, and I don't know. I'm just tired of hotels, and so. But at the same time, I don't want to do some kind of warm showers, or Airbnb is pretty expensive too. I was just looking, I was like, these aren't that great deals. It just depends. Okay, so you can rent a room in somebody's house, and that's kind of cool. It's interesting, but anyway, I got issues. We all got issues. If these are my biggest issues, then I'm really blessed. So you get 40 days of vacation a year. 40 days? So that's 8 weeks vacation. Jolene, here's my question though. Here's my challenging question. And I say this because, well, I'm implying something through my question. Is your employer that kind of, if you really took 8 weeks vacation, would your employer frown upon you? Would your supervisor or your boss, would they, you know what I mean? Would you feel the pressure to not take the vacation time? I remember I had a job. They were, I don't know how much, I think I had like 2.5, 3 weeks vacation. It just felt like my job was so demanding that I felt guilty taking a week off. I just felt like, oh man, you guys are going to be swamped because I'm leaving for a week. It just didn't feel right. And honestly, for a therapist, what if I want to take 2 weeks off? That's almost frowned upon. You can't take 2 weeks off in a row. You can only take a week off. So, but can you take 2 weeks off? In my jobs, my field, you really can't. You can take a week off. But if you take too much time off, you're affecting the business. And anyway, that's my pet peeve. In America, it's like way harder. I've seen statistics that said, I think over 50% of whatever salaried workers, they feel pressure to not take vacation time. They feel bad that it could affect their job performance if they leave for a week. And only a week. It's only a week. So anyway, hey, optimistically cynical. Oh, you know what? I'm going to boot. I love booting people. I'm going to boot. I love booting people. I love booting the trolls. That's funny. I could just have a... Anyway, this is kind of funny. Well, Julian, that's the thing, though. I've had employers where they talk and talk about they want you to be happy. They want you to have a healthy work, personal life balance. But then in reality, the culture is stress, and you're not encouraged. If you don't take your time, it's not like there's someone in HR saying, hey, I noticed you haven't taken any vacation time. This is a reminder that maybe you should. Do you think you should take vacation? Nobody thinks like that. You have to be the one who asserts yourself and says, I need a vacation. And you know what? It could be at a hard time. I couldn't even imagine if you have 4 weeks vacation, taking a week off every 3 months, taking a week off in American culture. That's nuts. At least with the jobs I've had. Are you kidding me? You will you will have a reputation of not being a good team player if you're taking a week off every 3 months. So no, I deleted his comment. So, and I'm pretty sure he's out of the live chat. So it says there's ways I can ban them. There's one that says remove. And I'm not sure if it just removes the comment or it removes them from live chat. So it's not clear. So I can just outright ban him, so. There's other Azerbaijan asking me how old I am. So I should have just banned that person too. But I'm trying to get people to follow me. I can imagine if you're a celebrity, you've got 1,000 people watching you. All the comments, it's just like scrolling and scrolling. Then it's not as big of a deal. But because I only have 5 people in here, it scrolls very slow. So I see everyone's comments. And I'm not going to be as tolerant if somebody's being an idiot. So, but no, Jolene, am I right though? Even just for most jobs, if you take 1 week vacation every 3 months, that will be frowned upon. Oh, really? You have to take vacation? That is so cool. Now, when you say you emphasize, you say we have to take vacation. Do they force you? I mean, do they contact you and say, hey, you haven't taken any vacation time. You have to take a week off. And they'll force you, or at least whatever, gently encourage you. Because if they do, that's a wonderful employer. But in all the mental health jobs I've had, that's baloney. Actually, that's a bunch of, the job I had in Trinidad and Walsenburg. And it's very unlikely anyone from that company is going to be watching the live stream. They have better things to do. They were reasonably good people. They were. But, when you sign up, you only get a week's vacation after 6 months. And then after a year, you get another 6 months. And then it starts getting a little more generous. And you do get plenty of sick time. And I don't know how it all worked out, but there's no question. There was no encouragement about, hey, you should take some vacation time. It's freaking ridiculous. The mental health therapists working in sort of an institutional clinic where they receive federal funds or they've got government contracts, and there's all the pressure and all the paperwork and the documentation and the auditing of files and all that nonsense. And then you're working with clients that are usually a lower socioeconomic background, and sometimes they're not as motivated. So you got all this stress. You're working with clients that are just a little tougher to work with, of course. But these mental health, it's like you're just in a factory. You're essentially in a factory, So I will grant my last employer in Trinidad and Walsenburg, they paid really well. The other jobs, they just paid, and a living. They gave you a whatever, but it was an uninspiring lower middle class salary. So, but hey, Ashmore, I'm just going off. So, hey, Josh, I'm ranting about employers and how in America there's a lot of pressure. You get vacation time, but a lot of workers feel pressure to not take vacations, and that kind of thing. Anyway, Josh, how are you doing? Everyone, I want you to, Josh in my chat, he's kind of a celebrity because he was my first roommate when I moved to Colorado Springs in October 1997. I first moved to Colorado. So for sure, Josh. No, I know. And like I'm self-employed. So, you know, I have my own issues about taking time off now. I actually work harder in some ways, but there's no question if I take time off, there's other challenges, but I at least don't feel bad about, oh no, what does the boss think or the supervisor think, or how's this going to affect the rest of the team and all that kind of nonsense, you know? So anyway, I get fired up about this. I get so fired up. Even I've never had a job where they did an exit interview. Do they even do exit interviews? There's been so many jobs. Now, again, I'm kind of unique because my resume is riddled with, I worked here for 1 year and I quit. I worked here for 18 months and I quit. I worked here for 6 months and I quit. It's like, I mean, I have a wide variety of clinical experience. I'm a good, I know a lot. But obviously for the, somebody looking at my resume, they'd be like, well, he's probably going to quit us too, So, but in all my jobs, I always felt like I had a lot of feedback that I could give about how to make the experience better for employees and how to retain employees. And they never asked me. These companies don't have exit interviews. And even my last job when I left, they seemed reasonably happy with me from the feedback I got. And I didn't really get that much feedback, which is another frustrating thing. But when I left, and I was only there for a year and 1 month, I so wanted to give them feedback. And they didn't care. They didn't ask. They didn't humbly ask, hey, what's your feedback for us? Why, they didn't even say, like, why are you leaving? Why are you leaving, So this is silly. So many of the mental health jobs out there, it's totally stressed. It's like a factory. And everybody, the unspoken rule is, yes, we know how hard this job is. Yes, we know how demanding. Yes, we know how ridiculous some of all the expectations are, But the unspoken rule is, we just got to suck it up. So, and I don't know. I'm just a different personality. I'm like, no. I'm not going to suck it up. I'm going to find a different way to live and make money. And now, I'm doing my own counseling practice and I'm loving it, man. I can go off on this. So, Josh, you know what? Hey, Ashmore, I'm a mental health therapist. I do counseling. So that's what I do. Josh, maybe I should look for a HR position. Don't get me going on HR people. I mean, no, and I can't, I'm not going to speak. I've just had mixed experiences where the HR people ultimately they serve the company and they serve the company's interests. And yes, HR people can be helpful to the employees, and at the beginning of jobs they're usually very friendly and come contact me for if you have any questions about this or that or this or that. And then 6 months later there's an issue or whatever, and it just depends. But I don't know. So, but I don't even care about I don't even want to work for a company, some canned mental health company. So I'm just very much about helping my clients reach their goals and making a big difference in their lives and working my ass off to be the best listener, the best friend, the best encourager, the best clinical therapist I can be to help people, overcome their problems and their mental health diagnoses or, their symptoms of anxiety, depression. And it's like, I don't want to deal with all the other BS that a paid salary job offers you. They offer you a salary, but then they give you all sorts of baloney. So anyhow, get fired up. Sunday morning coffee talk. It's got a little quiet here in the coffee shop. So it's, what is it? It's noon. It's noon on Sunday. Hopefully there'll be more people coming in. So I usually get decaf. I actually did get caffeine. So I'm getting a little more fired up. So, Ashmore and Josh, do you want to share what you do for work? I'd love to read. So, also, I asked this question earlier. My question was, where's the one place in the world that, like for traveling, that you still want to visit? What's that one place you'd really like to visit someday? You do, Josh. You play with rocks. Josh makes those. If you want a little stream in your front yard with a little waterfall kind of a thing, he'll make you this elaborate, like waterfall thing. So if you're really rich and you're buying, you're building your home, Josh is your man for doing stuff like that. So, or he does masonry where he'll build a big wall for you. So, or, some kind of like, I don't know what. I guess, Josh, you could be contracted to make a big wall on our border or something. I'm kidding about that. Anyway, I should start playing some Not Too Shabbies. Hold on. What do you think of this thumbnail? Look all right? I only did 2. It's been a disappointing weekend for Not Too Shabby making. I've been tired. I'm seriously just tired. I just can't even. Ashmore, you're a jewelry designer? That's amazing. That's so interesting. What kind of jewelry? Yeah, it's so neat. Did I go off on my previous jobs? Oh my gosh. The other thing too is when you're a therapist, you really can only take 1 week off because a lot of the clients you're seeing on a weekly basis. And if you're gone for 2 weeks, then it's awkward for somebody to not go to therapy for 2 weeks, at least in a clinic. So anyway, opening day. When's opening day? It's March. Opening day for baseball. D. Is March 28th? The A's and Seattle Mariners will meet in Tokyo on March 20th. Did they actually have a regular season baseball game? Did they? No, they just had a preseason game, I think. Anyway, in 2020, because the San Diego Padres are going full time with brown uniforms, I'm becoming a San Diego Padres fan for as long as they stick to brown. So in 2020, I'm officially signing with the Padres. 2020 is going to be a crazy year. I'm a Wichita State fan, and I'm 1 year into my 2-year contract. So in April 2020, whenever the NCAA basketball tournament ends, when the basketball season ends, then I'm going to be an unrestricted free agent, and I could re-sign with Wichita State. I could go back to Arkansas, but I'll be looking at all offers. I could sign with any college for as long, So, Josh, I'm not a White Sox. Josh, I grew up a Phillies fan as a little kid in the late 70s. If you remember, 1980, the Phillies actually pulled it off. They won the World Series. They only won 91 games in the regular season. And but then by the mid 80s, I started cheering for the Yankees. I grew up pretty much in a Yankees family. And then, I was a Yankees fan. So Steve Carlton was amazing, wasn't he, Josh? It's pretty amazing. So Ashmore, just the short story was I was saying not too shabby a lot. And I would post pictures online, and I would just put, oh, look at the mountains, not too shabby. And I would just type it out. So then I thought, okay, maybe I'll just do a video. And that's how it all started. So if you need to go on my, I talk a little bit about it in my video about the first Not Too Shabby ever made. You can search for it on YouTube or just go on my playlist and go on my Not Too Shabby history playlist, and you'll see where I talk about the first Not Too Shabby ever and how it all started. But it just started with I was typing it out, and then I was like, well, I'll just do a video. So Steve Carlton was the greatest, though. He was, man. Without Steve Carlton, there's no question the Phillies don't win the 1980 World Series. If you think about it, who was the MVP of the 1980 Phillies? Just the most valuable player. And you think about the 80 Phillies, Mike Schmidt, Tug McGraw played crucial roles, no question about it. And Pete Rose gave them something, So Mike Schmidt, Pete Rose, Tug McGraw are all. But I think if you don't have Steve Carlton, you don't even they weren't that good. Their pitching staff wasn't that good. After Steve Carlton, you had Dick Ruthven and Randy Lurch, Nino Espinosa. Who else did you have? Then you had a couple of rookies. You had Bob Walk, Marty Bystrom. They did well, but no, you don't. You're not going anywhere without Steve Carlton. That's my opinion. So, and then make no mistake though, Pete Rose, incredible. Mike Schmidt, and then Tug McGraw had an unbelievable second half. I think he only gave one earned run for the second half of the season. So he really helped out a lot. So Mike Schmidt. So we could talk about the 1980 Phillies. So the Phillies. You know what though? Here's the most embarrassing thing. I want to show you something, Josh. You will be appalled. It's an appalling photo. It is funny. Here. This is a picture. I'm on the right with my two brothers. Look at the shirt I'm wearing. See that? That's me on the right. My younger brother in the middle, my older brother on the left. I'm wearing a Mets shirt. I remember that Mets shirt. Hey, Mike. Hey, buddy, you're in Missouri? That's awesome. Thank you for coming by. I was just showing a picture of me with a Mets shirt on. I'm the boy on the right with my two brothers. So, Mike, I want you to be safe on the road and make a video or two. I've subscribed to you. I want to see a video or two of something. All right? Even if it's only a 10-second video of just something. That's kind of how the Not Too Shabby stuff started. You know, it was like right around the time that Vine was popular. And so I was watching Vine. I never joined Vine, but, you know, like I was watching people were making these short little videos. And I thought, well, maybe it just seemed like if you can go short and make something funny, it'd be more interesting than a long video where you're demanding people's attention span. So, yeah, you know, try to do quick videos kind of a thing. So anyway, I'm just talking. But by the way, Josh, if you're still there, we're talking about the 1980 Phillies. The Phillies barely won their division. They won 91 games, 71 losses. It's a good season, but it's not, 91 games. It's good, but it's not, once you get into the high 90s or 100 wins, then you've got a good ball club. You're doing something right. So the Phillies won with 91. I mean, they barely edged out the Expos by one game. And then they have that 5-game playoff series, best of 5 with Houston. They squeak through that one. Now, I mean, I remember watching Game 5. And I just remember how unbelievable that game was. And I'm trying to think, Game 4 was nuts too. 4 of the games went into extra innings. That was one thing. It's not my dad. I was born in 71. And I wanted to go to a Veteran Stadium Phillies game. My dad never wanted to drive to Philadelphia from northern New Jersey, and it's all right. But he would take me. We would go once a year when the Phillies played the Mets. We'd go and watch the Phillies at the Mets. And I loved it because the Mets were terrible. So the Phillies I think they won every time we would go, the Phillies would destroy the Mets. So that was fun. And of course, we'd go to Yankee games every once in a while. Around 1980, 1981, started going to Yankee games. And so, but anyway, those Phillies, good times, man, good times, good memories. Imagine if the 1980 Phillies had not, I don't know, they just got to the World Series and they lost to Kansas City. You know what I mean? The Phillies had this whole Chicago Cubs syndrome where it was like, man, we've never, you know what I mean? The Phillies had never won the World Series. So they felt like the biggest losers. They were in the World Series in 1915 and 1950. And they got the Red Sox beat them in 1915. In 1950, the Yankees swept them. And they just felt like losers. So you could talk about the Phillies. So so I'm in this coffee shop and it's gotten quiet. There's only 2 other people over that way, sort of that way, and then the barista. So I like coffee shops when they're a little more noisy. So anyhow, here's outside if you want to see outside. I'm telling you, Canon City is not a coffee shop town. It's just not that, I don't know. It's not a coffee shop town. I go to, you go to Boulder, you go to all sorts of places around college cities, small mountain towns. There's lots of people in there. It's social. And you go to the Coffee Tree, there's gobs of people. It's crowded in the Coffee Tree. The coffee shops in Canyon City, it's quiet, so there's no college students, getting their coffee and studying for an hour or two. So it's just different. So, hey, June. Josh, I did a not too shabby of the Coffee Tree. Here, I'll show you that. Coffee Tree, not too shabby. Here's the Coffee Tree, not too shabby. There we go. It's the Coffee Tree Coffee Shop. Not too shabby. So, Josh, what are your memories of the 1980 Phillies? I want to keep talking about this. I'm not changing the subject until I hear something from you. You grew up in Pennsylvania, in Allentown, right? So, June, how are you doing, buddy? I'm just here in a coffee shop in Canyon City, Colorado. It's a lovely little coffee shop. It's called the Bean Peddler. You can see it in reverse there. But there's a bike shop, there's French doors, and there's a bicycle shop on the other side of this brick wall. So it's the Coffee Tree Coffee Shop. Not too shabby. Oh, really? Josh, they're closing all the factories down? Just like in the Billy Joel song, the Allentown. I remember when that song came out. It was 1980. Maybe it was 1981. Allentown. So that was a smash hit. Trying to record it with your tape recorder. I used to try to record songs. When the radio, you have the radio on, you just put the tape recorder. So this is kind of an interesting thing. So, yeah, those Phillies. I'm still upset about the 1983 Phillies and losing that World Series to Baltimore. But even that one, the 1983 Phillies only won 90 games. 90 games. So, like half of the roster was like 36 or 39, and Joe Morgan was 40. Pete Rose was 43. They had the oldest team. They had Tony Perez, I think he was 39. So, but those 83 Phillies, what are you going to do? So, it's too quiet in this coffee shop. Bo Diaz, that's right. I was going to mention him. Bo Diaz. So Bob Boone, they got rid of Bob Boone either in 81 or 82. Bo Diaz was, the team was aging, and they were just trying to, get a free agent that was adequate enough to help them get over, So Gary Maddox was still on the team, but they got rid of Boa. They traded Boa, and they had Ivan De Jesus replace him, who, it's a downgrade. They had Bob Boone. They replaced him with Bo Diaz, who he was okay. He had some power. I don't know what kind of a defensive catcher he was. There's another. They got rid of Manny Trio. I forget who was the second baseman in 1983. Was it Juan Samuel? I forget who it was, but it wasn't. They weren't as good. They had Gary Matthews. He actually had a really good year in 1983. So, but they got rid of Bake McBride. I forget who was the right fielder in 1983. So I think Bake McBride was off the team. So Von Hayes, they had Von Hayes. He just he was above average, but he wasn't. They just so anyway. I'm sorry I'm boring everyone talking about the 1983 Phillies, but it's part of my childhood. Hey, Matthew Watson, hope you're doing well, buddy. I'm here in a coffee shop. I'm just talking, drinking my coffee. My coffee's gotten cold. There's my coffee. I'm wearing my San Antonio, New Mexico t-shirt, which I'm very proud of. And just having some fun. I start working at 5 o'clock tonight. I've got a slate of counseling clients, and I love my clients. I love doing my work. But to some extent, I feel like I'm just refreshing, and I need people's encouragement. I need your encouragement. So that's right, Tug McGraw. And then, but see, in 1983, Al Holland was the closer. So Tug McGraw was gone by 83, I believe. If he was, he wasn't a major. I don't know what he was doing. Ron Reed, remember Ron Reed? I think he was like 40, 41. That's really old for a baseball player. That's like I'm 47, and I damn well know why players in their 40s, with rare exceptions, are not professional sports players, because their body starts breaking down. It's just crazy. Anyway, thank you for watching. Well, it says I have 4 people. Actually, I only have 3 people watching because I'm watching my own live stream in another window to beef up the numbers. So anyway, good memories though. Good memories. Hey Josh, I might be coming up. By the way, first of all, I've gone now 11 months I have not been to Denver. I have not been anywhere north of Denver. I haven't been to Smellytown, Fort Collins, Loveland, Longmont. I haven't been to any of the suburbs north of Denver. I haven't been to Denver. I haven't driven on I-25, from Colorado Springs up. I have not even been on I-25. 11 months sobriety. And I plan to have a big party in late April. If I can just take it one day at a time and stay away from Denver, I'm going to have a 1-year anniversary of not being anywhere up there. So I'm, I just want to encourage all my friends who live in Denver, all those suburbs north of Denver. I know it's hard, but if you need counsel, I'm here for you. If you need spiritual support, if you need help with moving, anything I can do to help you get out of Denver and north of Denver, I'm here for you. I want to support you. So, yeah. Josh, anyway, hopefully, I'm sorry, Josh. I usually say that about my friends in Kansas and Nebraska. I really care. My Kansas friends know that I care and I love them and I want to help them. I seriously want to help them get out of Kansas, Nebraska, Iowa. And I'm not politically correct. I'm not politically correct when it comes to geography matters. I just speak the truth and I say what everyone knows about Kansas or Oklahoma, all those horrible states. And, if I'm offensive, I'm speaking the truth about how horrible Kansas is. So, By the way, I'm gonna post this on Twitter. I want to get more people in my live stream. Josh, you like Kansas? What are you talking about? Are you kidding me? Josh, you're pulling my leg. You're pulling my leg. You've got to be. All right, I'm gonna tweet right now. I am live streaming right now at a coffee shop in Canon City, Colorado. Join me and my friends. Smiley face. I'm just trying to get people. There might be one or two people who hop in by that tweet. Josh, you lived in Wichita for a while? Get out of here. Josh, I'm a Wichita State Shockers fan. See, I'm a Wichita State. That's great. What were you doing in Wichita? See, when I criticize Kansas, I'm criticizing as among them because I've been to Wichita. I was there last year for the NCAA tournament, and Wichita State lost in the first round. It was terrible. They lost to Marshall. That was so disappointing. So, but what were you doing in Wichita? I'm just curious. Yeah, it's a nice city. Wichita, I mean, there's no scenery. There's no mountains. When you're outside of Wichita, there's a lot of smelly parts. But other than that, I liked it. I liked the city. We had some good barbecue. So, hey, Josh, do you want to join my fantasy football league next year, this fall? I remember a few years ago, I was going to talk you into joining. So, but anyway, hope you join. Be fun. Yeah, that's right. Josh, when did you and Amy? Okay. This is depressing. I only have one. It looks like pretty much. It's just me and you, Josh. June, it's you and Josh. That's how lean my live stream is. Oh my gosh. Okay, you left Colorado Springs in 1999. You went to Wichita. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry, June. You're getting ready for work? I'm sorry, man. I start working at 5 o'clock tonight. So I do like my job, though. But, so. I am officially the only person in this coffee shop except for the barista. So. Canyon City, can I ask you something?
Yeah.
It just feels like because I come down here a lot because I go crazy with Westcliff.
Oh, for sure.
Canyon City just doesn't seem like a coffee shop town. It's
It's kind of, it's a little odd. I haven't quite figured it out. I've been here for almost a year now.
Okay.
And I think that some of the newer, younger people are the ones that are kind of getting it.
Yeah.
But everybody that's kind of the older generation is.
No. I'm not knocking it. It's just like Westcliff is kind of the same way. And you go to Denver, Colorado Springs, or just a lot of different mountain towns, or just even Texas. I don't know. People are just like coffee shops. There's always young people and college students who, they're using the Wi-Fi.
Yeah, totally.
And I don't know. It's
it's interesting. I grew up in Alamosa, and my first coffee shop job was down there at really good little coffee shop called Milagros, and I moved here because it had a similar size and feel to Alamosa.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
They've got all kinds of coffee shops down there now, and they're always packed, always super busy.
I like that Milagros. I've been there.
Oh, you have?
Yeah, it just feels like a community coffee shop. And
it's a good spot. And I'll tell you a quick little backstory on it, because it's a really cool place. It was, let's see, the name Milagros came,
it means dreams.
Or miracle.
A miracle. Oh, that's right. Miracles. Okay.
And so my dad's the director of the homeless shelter down there, and he started trying to create a lot of kind of more nonprofits to help bring in money other than just donors for like the homeless shelter, and then also start some programs.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
That kind of thing. So Milagro is one of the ones that he started, and I think that it got the name because it was just such a hard thing to get going, and they just miraculously got a building for it. And so they needed that, and
that's so neat. Okay.
Yeah, it's lots of volunteers tend to work there, and all the proceeds go to like local nonprofit stuff. That's why I really love that spot. No, I remember I was in there. I was so impressed. They just had all sorts of community, like trying to help people. You know what I mean? And that's why I love that community. It is very, very much that.
Alamosa, really?
It really is. Yeah.
Huh.
It's fun. Alamosa is just a great community.
Wow.
Just lots of really wonderful people down
I had to shake things up by talking to the girl. So it was just me and her. So she was talking. We were just talking. Oh, here we go. Don't you love all these people that you just want to ban?
Well, we got new floors.
Ban. All these weird, strange people, and I just love banning people. So, June, you work in a kitchen? Hey, Josh, here's the coffee. Here's the coffee shop here. So, we were just talking about. It's not. I don't even say it with any negativity here. Every community is different, but Canon City just doesn't feel like. I go to other places and there's gobs of people who love the coffee shops, and there's college students, and there's, morning regulars and retired people and everyone, and here it's like, it's just empty. And there was a couple earlier, about an hour ago, sitting there, and they were just, sipping their coffee and eating a muffin, and they weren't even talking to each other. It just seemed awkward. And it just seems like there's not a community, like I've been to all sorts of coffee shops in Manitou Springs, Buena Vista, where, man, there's just droves of people and people sitting around and people using the Wi-Fi and, people on dates, you can kind of tell they're on a first date and they're meeting for coffee. There's always a few retired people that are regulars, and they sit in the same place, kind of a place, so. So anyway, it's just kind of interesting. So she was telling me, I trust you heard her. She came from Alamosa, and she's been here for a year, and so it's just kind of interesting. So my coffee is old and cold now. So I didn't tell her that I'm doing a live stream. So if I tell her, she's going to clam up. You know what I mean? So. But I mean, right now, when I have a day off, I have to confess to you, I love Westcliff. The scenery is unbelievable. The scenery it's okay. It's amazing, but I lived in Buena Vista for 8.5 years, so it's always like Buena Vista light, and or the slums of Salida. But anyway, that's what I call Westcliff. I call it Hartselle on steroids. But anyway, on my days off, I just have to get out of town because it's too cold to go hiking. It's too cold to go biking. It's still way too cold with the wind chill factor. So then I get in my car and I drive. And it's an hour to Canyon City. It's an hour to Pueblo. It's an hour to Walsenburg. It's an hour pretty much to Salida. I can go to Salida, so I always find myself going somewhere. And, hey, Josh, you've got 6 new chicks? Josh, that's so amazing. I wish I was up there so I could do a video of your 6 new chicks. I could do a not too shabby. Oh, congratulations, everyone. Josh has chickens, and they lay eggs, and that's amazing. Here, did Iris give birth to those chickens? Is Iris still around? Do you still have Iris? Everyone, Josh in the comment section, he has Iris the chicken, and Iris has been in a not too shabby. So here.
It's Iris, a chicken. Not too shabby.
So there you go. That's okay. Wait, Josh. Okay, so everyone, that's Josh's chicken. She's not too shabby. Josh, she's a good little chicken. You take care of her. Okay. Hey, Harold. Thanks for joining my live stream. Hey, Mango. I'm here in a coffee shop. It's pretty quiet. It's lovely. And there's a bicycle shop. I'll show you the bicycle shop. There's French doors right here. And they have a bike shop in here, and they got bicycles. See the bicycles? Got bicycles on the wall. Got helmets. I guess they're not open today. So, but just kind of neat. So, here's the counter. It's a lovely coffee shop. Thank you, Mango. I try to be funny. If you go on my YouTube channel, you'll see I have my not too shabby videos. And then I just do these. I just talk, and I just try to entertain, try to be interesting. So, so here's the outside. There's the couple. They're locking their bikes right there. So, woo. So, Mango, where do you live? I'm curious. Where are you? Are you in Asia? It's nighttime. You must be in Asia. If you're saying it's nighttime, right now in like the Asia, because what is it? It's 12:30, so it's starting to get into evening. It's evening in Europe, and people are sleeping in Asia. So, anyway, lots of fun here. Sunday. I forgot what I called the live chat. I think I just called it Sunday morning coffee talk or something. What did I call it here? Let's see here. Yeah, coffee talk at the Bean Peddler. There we go. Josh, yes, the Royal Gorge Bridge is in here. I'll show you that. Royal Gorge Bridge. The Royal Gorge Bridge, which goes across this. I'll just Google it. I'll show you a Google. Wait. The one thing Canyon City is known for is it's at the base. It's close to the. There's a massive gorge. There's a bridge that goes across. You can pay $20. It's like a touristy, horrible. But you can walk on the bridge, go across that major gorge. Let me find a better picture. Royal Gorge Bridge. I'll just do an image search of it. So. I have a lot of confidence, do I? I try. I'm just talking. I have a lot of confidence. Here's a good picture of the bridge. There's the Royal Gorge. So there's a bridge, and I mean, if you jump off that bridge, you're dead. You are absolutely dead. Unfortunately, every once in a while, there's a sad story of, a suicide or something like that. But it is a very, very, very long drop from the top of the bridge down into the gorge. And now, of course, there's a river, the Arkansas River, that goes through the gorge, and you can whitewater raft. You can take a rafting trip and go into the gorge, and it's a lot of fun. I did that 10 years ago. So the Royal Gorge, it is worth seeing. It is worth seeing. But the main issue I have is they've turned it into this massive tourist trap. You got to pay. I think the admission is like $24. They have all these amusement park type things, and they turned it into a touristy, crappy kind of place. So that's the unfortunate part, but it is worth seeing. And there's other places you can see the bridge. If you're a local and you know the roads where you can see the bridge without paying the admission. But anyway. Anyway, Mango Tube, I'm just curious, where do you live? I'm just curious. That's what I love about the live streaming, is when there's just people all over the world. This table spins. Watch. Wow, you're from Pakistan. That's amazing. You need to watch my Not Too Shabby videos. Here, let me just... This is the only thing I'm good for on YouTube, Mango. I'm gonna give you a link. Just watch my Not Too Shabby playlist. I just want you to see. Because I'm live streaming, the internet's slow. Here. All right, I'm going to type it. Watch this. So that's the only reason I have any following, is because I have these Not Too Shabby videos. So go click that link and yeah, am I laughing? Well, thank you, Mango. I appreciate it. Yeah, man. I appreciate it. It's very nice of you to say. Very nice of you to say. So, lovely coffee shop here. So.
I'll bring those to you guys here. Okay. We're going outside.
All right, pretty soon here. I got to go shopping. I have to go to Walmart.
Yes, I have.
My first client is at 5 o'clock, and it's possible somebody might grab 4 o'clock. And again, I love my job, not complaining. So right now the time is 12:40. It's midday, 12:40 here in Colorado, USA. So.
And just so you guys know, I do also have our raspberry oatmeal chip.
240. Oh yeah, that's right. 240 in Ohio. That's right. So.
I know it's so hard to sit here and look at them all day.
Hold on, I'm checking my schedule here. All right, looks like. Yeah, okay, so I'm just looking at my work schedule here. Sorry, this isn't fun. Hold on. Yeah. Oh, actually, even my, that's strange. All right, you know what? Pretty soon here. 12:40. Yeah. Hi, you guys. By the way, there's the most people in the coffee shop right now. Look at all the people. So, guys, I'm gonna wrap it up pretty soon here. I need to go shopping. I probably need to make some not too shabbies. So, I need to go out and make some not too shabbies of stuff. Just something. I gotta make one. I'm just so tired. I'm like, I don't know, man. Maybe I'll just try to make one. One not too shabby. Ooh, look at this. It's a plant. It's a plant with blue in it. It's fake. Looks like it's real, but then they put blue on it. It's kind of weird. It looks real. I don't know why they put blue on it. I mean, it's pretty though. So, really though, guys, I'm gonna wrap up here. Thank you for hanging out. Really appreciate it. And yeah, it's a confusing plant. It's like, what the heck is up with that? You know? So, but really, I'm gonna wrap up here. I need to do a not too shabby. It just feels like right now, if I try to make one, I'm forcing it. Even yesterday, I did the Cripple Creek one. I just felt like I was forcing it. I don't like forcing them, but we'll see, man. We'll see what happens. So, but hey, Mango, it's good. Thanks for joining. Thanks for subscribing too. All right, so go check out my Not Too Shabbies if you haven't already. Go on my main page, find the Not Too Shabby playlist, and not that I'm that's the reason I have a few thousand followers, because of that. So, all right, take care, everybody. Signing off from a coffee shop. Take care. Bye. Bye. Thank you.